So if nothing else, this video will probably be funny, but here's the situation. We purchased a bank a while ago and it had a night drop box inside, and you've probably seen pictures of it on social media if you follow us. We had to actually drill and hammer that night lockbox out of its concrete encasement. It was horrible. It made a mess. It was dusty. It was a nightmare. So Buddy bought a bank and he's got to do the same exact thing. So he asked me for some help, some experience. We needed some bigger tools because I didn't want to make the same mess drilling all the holes and hammering. Thought maybe a demolition hammer would be a little bit better, but didn't want to spend the money, so came up with a $180 Amazon solution. But the kicker is I can't take you into this bank and film, so I have to show you what this tool is going to do on a little bit of concrete that I have outside, which should be interesting, but I'm hoping it really just smashes this apart because it would save us a lot of time. That last night drop box took us almost 2 days to get out of there, but we didn't pay anyone to do it. It saved us a lot of money. So that's where we're going with this. $180 to get this out, and hopefully very little time. We're gonna go through this guy. Stay tuned. So I only have 2 places at the shop where I can test this out to see if it's going to be something that was valuable for the money we invested for our one-time only job. And I started out with a bucket of concrete that was outside that was just spare concrete. We threw it in the bucket, thought, well, if we ever needed a weight. That stuff obviously is just chipping apart like nothing. It is not a hard task for this to go through. It's a poorly done, thrown in a bucket set of concrete. So I moved over to some of the concrete that we drill in more often, and it just seems to make sense here to test it out. And I'll tell you, it's impressive to hang on to this, think you're going to get a ton of vibrations, get a horrible feel, and feel like it's just not going to work. Well, it's just pounding its way through, cracking things up, and doing one heck of a job. I'm actually surprised. More than surprised. For the $180 that we've invested in this tool just went through it like nothing. And then I switched over to the chisel, which the chisel would probably be a little less useful for us because we're just trying to break pieces apart. But at the same point, it's going to take a little bit more power to do something, and it just was a thought of testing it out. It actually worked really well with the chisel also, and although it just worked a little bit harder, you could see how the tool was going to work, putting itself into a tougher situation that we're probably going to encounter. And it did great. Hanging on to it, the feel of it is good. The handle that's in front moves around quite easily, and that just, it surprises me for the amount of money that we invested in this, the job that it did here, and the amount of work that it'll probably end up doing. Even if it doesn't last the whole next job and it gets us through 80% of it, I'd be absolutely thrilled. Absolutely thrilled. And just to be clear, I am not recommending this tool for any of the contractors out there unless you feel it fits your needs. This is something for me that I just thought would save me some time. Now, what it comes with is interesting. You get a chisel blade, and this is easily removed. You just pull this back, turn, and it comes out. You can see there's a little spot in here to slide these in. So when you slide in the pointed tip blade, it's going to be in the same place, pull back, and then it's going to move. So very easy to use. Comes with a pair of safety glasses. I use my own, and it comes with a mask. So if you're inside working on concrete, definitely don't use this. Get something that is really meant for that, because you're going to create a lot of dust indoors, and it's not worth breathing any of that stuff in. Here's the instruction kit that it comes with. It's pretty scary when it comes with it. It basically talks about safety, personal safety, and then maintenance of the tool, which is pretty general in the best. Obviously, this manual covers all these tools. And then the last page, it gives you a little bit of information on how to remove the tool that's in there. It does come with extra brushes, a wrench, and some Allen wrenches. And then it talks about if it ever leaks oil, and there's a cotton swab in there that sucks it up, and how to move it just in case it gets out of place. This does take 100 milliliters of oil. If you don't have a way to test that out, they do give you this jug. I just had my own way of doing it. It does not come with the oil. It needs hydraulic oil. But basically here, this handle that moves all the way around the tool, there is no way of tightening up. It is in its tightest position. So long term, my fear is this handle could get incredibly loose. You wouldn't want that. Easily fixed, I guess, if you needed to, but there it is. Comes with a lock on, so you pull the trigger back to work and then you push this button to lock it on. Very, very, very simple. It doesn't hurt to hold it. The button isn't in your way, which I thought that was going to be a nuisance in the beginning. But short trigger, no variable speed. She's just on or off. Somewhat looks like it's rubber coated in the back. Not the case, just plastic. Your only rubber is up here in the handle. And that too could become a problem over time. Not 100% sure. I think this could be tightened up a little bit on my end. So that might be something that would help keep this a little bit tighter, but it's just a rubber handle. You have a sight glass in the bottom. This is where you need to add your oil. And other than that, it's just pull the trigger and go. It's a little bit heavy, not crazy heavy, but it definitely works a lot better than any of the SDS Max drills that I've used in the same situation. So this is a total win for me. Sometimes you run across a gem on Amazon that can get you through a job and really save you some money. And to me, this unit is it. So if you see this guy out there, it says Vevor on it. I'll put a link in the description to it. It is definitely something that I'd recommend to someone who isn't going to use this long term, just needs to get a simple job done. And 180 bucks, man. It saves me a lot of swinging with the sledgehammer and also seems to do its job quite well. So I'm interested in your comments on this. Please leave them below. Give us a like in this video. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Thanks for your time. Have a great day.